This is the part where I say a lot of women are mean, especially single. They're very, very mean people. Okay. And they call women all kind of things like side chicks and all these other just rude terms. And it's like, bitch, you don't have a Bill Gates. Who are you? Who are you, hoes? The arrogance. Yo, welcome to another episode of King's Corner, where we talk about self-love, self-respect, self-acceptance, and gratitude, the cornerstones to masculinity and manhood. And I teach you how to have high quality, high polarity relationships with lots of love, passion, sex, all of that good stuff. And really, I'm just teaching you the shit your daddy should have taught you. Yo guys, what's going on? Welcome to another episode of the best podcast on the motherfucking internet, King's Corner Podcast. You see the thumbnail, you see the title, you see what we're about to get into. But before we do, I want you to like, comment, subscribe, share this with someone who you know would have something to say about it. Let's get a dialogue going in the comments, okay? In this episode, I'm super excited. I've actually been working on this one for quite some time. Side chicks are winning, okay, in 2025. Now, disclaimer, I don't like or agree with the word side chick, okay? I find it to be demeaning, belittling, and disrespectful to women. Being a lover of women, I don't use this term often. I'm only using this term in this video because it helps get my point across in ways that the masses will understand, okay? If I have two women, then the first woman is my woman, and the second woman is my other woman, and that's it, okay? All women. So now we're getting into the argument of why I'm saying it's side chicks who are winning, right, in 2025. And really, they've been winning this entire time. I just so happen to be making this video in 2025, right? All women want to be rich or at least financially comfortable. And all women want the man of their dreams, okay? I don't believe there's any woman who wants to be alone. I don't believe that, or poor. Now, most women get neither of these two things. Some women get one or the other. And the most intellectually intelligent and emotionally intelligent women, aka the good girls, they get both, okay? 99% of women are settling, even the married ones. Women say, I'm single because I don't want to settle. I used to think this was bullshit until I understood that most women are in relationships with men that they are settling for. And I know that they're settling for them because they try to control these men, okay? Women do not try to control you if you are their first choice or if you're their dream man. They want you to lead and control them, okay? If you are their first choice, that is. If she can control you, then she is settling for you, okay? How do you know if you are a woman's first choice? Easy. She says things and she interacts with you in such a way that communicates, I don't care what we do as long as I get to do it with you. Okay. How do you know if you are not a woman's first choice? Very simple. She says things and interacts with you in a way that says, you must take me to 5-star restaurants and it can't be Cheesecake Factory. You have to pick me up. You have to drop me off. You have to buy me roses. You have to text me every day. Otherwise, I'll lose interest really quickly. Okay. That was just me being given in examples and being a little dramatic. In other words, she makes demands of you. Women do not make demands of the men they like. Okay. I'm going to repeat myself. Women do not make demands of the men that they like. That means if she's making demands to you, she does not like you. Whenever you see a woman making these videos saying, oh, this man has to be 6'6" and he has to be this, he has to have this much money, his abs got to be this. Those are women who are talking about men who they don't like. Okay. So most of these women are online bickering and making demands with their broke asses about men that they don't like. If she did like him, he didn't have to meet any requirements, or he meets all whatever the fuck the requirements are. Okay. Yes, women do not make demands of the men that they actually like. They only make demands of the men they don't like because these men need to make up for the fact that she does not see enough value in you not to demand more. If who you are were enough, she would say, I don't care what we do as long as I get to do it with you. Okay? So when women say, I'm single because I don't want to settle, I understand where they're coming from. And they say that because they are acknowledging the fact that most women are in relationships with men who are not their first choice. And these women treat these men as such. The women who are with a man who they don't really like all that much and only keep him around for convenience, they are indeed settling. I would agree with that. But I'm also here to say single women are also settling too. Anything less than the best man you can get, in my opinion, is still settling. Okay? Because you aren't capable of being the best version of yourself by yourself. No one is. No single man, no single woman. And I've said this 100 times before. I'm going to say it again. I believe that my job, what I was put here to do, my purpose is to become the best version of myself and then present that to the world. Okay. The best version of me is capable of handling any and everything. Okay. He knows how to interact with seniors and toddlers and men and women and everyone, right? He knows how to lead a woman. Okay. So in order to become the best version of myself, I need practice leading women. I need practice interacting with women. Without a woman, I am not capable of reaching my full potential. And I believe that the best version of a woman is able to be led by a man, right? So in that way, I do truly believe that we need each other. The only women who aren't settling are the ones who are with the man of their dreams. These women are with the men who they like, love, respect, honor, and wouldn't trade for the world. So if a woman is single, in my opinion, she is settling. If a woman is with a man she does not love, adore, and worship, but she does not love, adore, and worship that man, it's typically because he is not her first choice. This woman is also settling. And if she says, I don't even like men, or I hate men, or we don't need men, she is suffering from trauma. Okay, number one, baby, you're suffering from trauma. She is settling. You are settling. And she likely doesn't know her biological father, or he did not set a good example. Okay. Anything less than a relationship with your dream man, in my opinion, is settling. Now that we have that part out of the way, we have eliminated all the women who are settling. But now we're left with a math problem, okay? In any given society, there are always more men than there are women, okay? So it is impossible for every woman to get the man they want to themselves. So we can then conclude that the biggest demographic of women who are not settling are the ones who are sharing a man. That's right. Side chicks are the ones who are not settling. They get the man that they want. In fact, they like the man so much, they don't mind that he has other women. Okay. In fact, let's be real, ladies. You seeing a man that other women like makes you think a little bit in the back of your mind, he must be somebody worth having. Why are all these fucking women liking him? Okay. Because for the 5 minutes, 5 hours, or 5 days they are with him, they are exactly where they want to be, and they are with exactly who they want to be with. And they cause the man no problems while with him. Why? Because this is their first choice. Why else would she be sharing him if he was not her first choice? Okay. Now, this does not count for women who are like after a man because they're spiteful and they're trying to get some get back. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying a woman who chose this other man. Okay. Her sharing communicates you are worth it. Okay. Now, let's get into some tangible examples of women who I believe are winning. Okay. The first one, her name, and most of you have probably never heard of her. Let me see. And I just went to ChatGPT for this too. So just so you know, I'm not coming up with my own information. Okay. Her name is Anna Winblad. Okay. Not Anna, Anne Winblad. Okay. Who is, I typed in the ChatGPT, give me a high level details of Anne Winblad and her man, okay, who you're going to hear me say his name shortly, enough to communicate how significant she is to this man. ChatGPT, not me, says Ann Winblad is a highly respected software entrepreneur and venture capitalist. She co-founded Hummer Winblad Venture Partners, one of the first VC firms focused solely on software. She's known for her intellect, business acumen, and pioneering work in Silicon Valley. In short, she's a heavyweight in tech in her own right. So she's not a beautiful bum. She is a woman who's incredibly powerful, incredibly successful in her own right. So she's not a beautiful bum. She is a woman who's incredibly powerful, incredibly successful in her own right. Her relationship, okay, her romantic partner is, drumroll please, Bill fucking Gates, okay? Anne dated Bill Gates in the 1980s. Their relationship was intense and deeply intellectual, founded on shared passion for science, tech, and business. Okay, their post-romance connection. Even after they broke up, they stayed close friends. So close, in fact, that after marrying Melinda, Bill had a unique agreement in his marriage. He could spend one long weekend a year with Anne at her beach cottage. They used that time to walk on the beach, ride dune buggies, and discuss biotechnology and the future of tech. If y'all think Bill Gates wasn't beating them draws up while he was there, you're sadly mistaken, okay? Melinda's knowledge. Melinda was aware of this annual tradition. His wife was aware of this annual tradition and reportedly accepted it, underscoring how significant Anne's role was in Bill's personal life. Okay, why she mattered to him. Anne Winblad wasn't just a past girlfriend. She was someone Bill turned to for intellectual stimulation and grounding. She represented a parallel universe of who he could have become or partnered with had life taken a different path. Her impact on him was enduring, emotionally, mentally, and intellectually. Bottom line, Anne Winblad was more than an ex. She was Bill Gates' intellectual equal, a trusted advisor, and a lifelong confidant. With a relationship so strong, it earned space even inside his marriage. Okay? Now, that is what ChatGPT says about her. Let me just add a few pieces of information in here. 1, he met her in the 80s. 2, he got married, and he literally told his wife, hey, I'm going to be spending a week with this bitch every year. Okay? Bill and Melinda Gates got a divorce at the same time that their youngest child turned 18. Okay? They split. If you get a divorce when your child turns 18, that means you were probably miserable for years to come. Y'all sat down and agreed, hey, we just gonna be together till this young motherfucker turn 18 and then I'm out of here. Meaning he was with Melinda and was miserable, and she was probably miserable too. Okay, but they had a unified front and shit like that. It sounds like a miserable marriage to me, but hey, what do I know? Yo, I know we're in the middle of some good shit, but I want you to understand that my ultimate goal is simple: to close the divide between men and women and show you how to create better, higher quality relationships that actually last. And we have many levels to it depending on what it is you're looking for. If you're looking for a free place to grow, then join King's Corner. It's my community where men like you can level up, and if you're ready, you'll have the option to invest in one of my full programs. The link is in the description below. But if you're ready to go all in and see exactly how I live this life, how I got a wife that I adore, who respects and loves me deeply, and how I lead with strength without ever fearing divorce court, join the Patreon. I give you all the how-tos, the behind the scenes, the mindset, and the strategy. The link is in the description below. And ladies, if you're a high caliber woman who's done playing games and wants to attract a man who leads, protects, and commits, join the Patreon too. That is the home of the Good Girl Gang. Link is in the description. If you're a high level man who's really out here killing it in the marketplace, whether that's as an employee or an entrepreneur or a contractor or a salesperson or whatever, right? And you're really wanting to secure a relationship. You're really wanting a family. You're really wanting love. You're really wanting kids, any of that. And your biggest issue is finding a woman that you trust. Then click the link in the description to get my program, How to Find a Woman Who Wants You for You, Not Your Money. And lastly, if you're a high level man and you want private one-on-one coaching to attract the romantic partner of your dreams without worrying if she wants you for you or your bank account, click the link in the description. Fill out the application and someone on my team will reach out to you. Let's get you what you deserve. Back to the video. And the girlfriend, Anne, was there the whole time. right? So this is the part where I say, man, would you, if you're a woman, and women, listen, really sit and think about this. Would you rather have a man's last name, like meaning you have the paperwork, you're married to him, right? Or would you rather have a man's heart? Right? Because Melinda, yeah, she got the last name and she got put on the foundation and all these other things, but his giving to her stopped. I could probably guess that Ann is still in the picture. Ann was in the picture before Melinda. Melinda is in the picture. She's still in the fucking picture. Melinda's gone. I can almost guarantee you that Ann's smart ass is still in the picture. Okay, so she has that man's heart. That is what I'm getting at. Okay. Now she said you can be, so when I'm saying I'm talking about Ann. Okay. Ann said you can be married to her. I don't need the spotlight. She didn't bow out. She didn't say if I can't have him to myself, then I don't want him, because that wouldn't be her truly speaking. That would be her ego speaking. And that's the problem with a lot of these hoes. Y'all got way too big of egos and it does nothing for you other than fuck your life up. And because she was not willing to settle for anyone other than Bill fucking Gates. Okay. And so this is the part where I say a lot of women are mean, especially single. They're very, very mean people. Okay. And they call women all kind of things like side chicks and all these other just rude terms. And it's like, bitch, you don't have a Bill Gates. Who are you? Who are you hoes? The arrogance, right? Just my goodness. Okay. Now, so that's most of the rant. Let me talk about some more women who I think are really winning. Okay. I call this my Mount Rushmore of women who are winning today. Meaning they got rich and they got the man that they wanted. Okay. Another woman who goes on this list is Ashanti. Now, I'm not going to sit here and act like I know all of the details of Ashanti and Nelly's relationship. I don't. Right. But I know they've been together, whether it's on and off or continuously for many, many years now, over a decade. He's famous and rich. She's famous and rich. He looks good. She looks good. It just makes sense to me, right? I think they're actually recently married or they're getting married or something like that. I'm not really keeping up with it. But let's be real. You can look at Nelly and tell that Nelly got hoes. Okay. And Ashanti isn't dumb, right? Whether she was the main in the past and he had women on the side, or she's the main now and he had women on the side, or he had a main and Ashanti was on the side. It doesn't matter. Ashanti has been there the entire time. You can look at Nelly and tell he got hoes. Ashanti isn't dumb. I think they are actually married now, right? And they've been together for years. So Ashanti is winning. I don't care what none of y'all hoes say. Okay, she has the man of her dreams. She's rich. He's rich. They don't need each other. They want each other, right? And I'm pretty sure they have a child on the way. So congrats to her, right? I want to throw another honorable mention out there. I don't know these ladies' names. I didn't have time to research, but there's a guy named Derek Grace. I think he's the third or maybe he's the second. I don't know. I think it's two. I think he's the second. Derek Grace is second. And when I tell you this guy is a real one, when I say this guy is a player, this guy is a mover, a shaker, an entrepreneur, and he loves giving back and helping his people. Shout out to Derek Grace. You will see Derek Grace on the King's Corner podcast in the near future. I promise you that. But Derek Grace has, I think he has like 10 kids and I don't know, 3 or 4 baby mamas, but like he has a podcast clip. I'm gonna put it on the screen here. And shout out to his 2 women who came out and did this podcast with him, right? Like they're both sitting there very kind, very humble, right? Smiling, like they are sitting there with the man that they want, not giving a damn what none of these hoes got to say. And I love it. Married or not, these women are with the loves of their life and enjoying that shit to the fullest, not worried about what he is doing outside of her. Okay. In conclusion, most women are settling for a relationship with a man who is not their first choice, even the married ones. All women want love and all women want financial security. Most get neither. Some get one or the other. The most savvy of women get both. These are the women who are winning. These are typically the women who are sharing a powerful, well-known man who they believe is worth being shared. In the words of the Honorable Shahrazad Ali, a woman can only choose to fit into a man's life in one of 2 ways. She can either be his woman or his other woman. One position does not eliminate the other. So that's been my whole thought. This is why I believe side chicks are winning. But let me know if you disagree. Maybe I'm wrong. Drop something in the comments. Share this with somebody who you know is going to have something to say about it. I really think that this is, I think it might be like a dramatic take. It really does make sense to me. I think they've always been winning. And I'm curious to know what y'all think. You know what I'm saying? So drop a comment below. I'm responding to any and everything. I might make a response video. I think that's what I want to do. Y'all drop y'all comments and I want to make a response video to each one of the comments. Not all of them, the good ones, you know, the ones that are really worth responding to. So anyway, that has been another episode of King's Corner. Holla at your boy. Peace.